Hey guys, welcome to another stream. Um, Not sure how long I'm going to be on tonight. I'm actually setting something up. Hopefully it will work because I don't like to look away from the screen while the chat is going. So I've just set up the live chat on my Google Home speaker. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. See, that's the thing is it's too small. Hey GB, I'm working on stuff to try and make the chat work a little bit better, so that I'm looking at the camera rather than over here at the screen where the chat's at. I just saw. Oh, there he is. Just saw that. Hey, GB had just shown up. But yeah, right now I've got the camera sitting on top of the Google Home screen. It's not working right yet, but eventually, hopefully, I can get the chat to come up on there just as a chat window. Don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm still a little bit sick. But I didn't, it's been a long time since I've streamed. It's been 2 weeks. Today would have been 2 weeks, or the third week starting that I haven't been on. No Enterprise, Donnie. Who's 4 minutes slow? I'm not 4 minutes slow. It counted down to 6 o'clock. But now, like I said, I've still got some stuff going on with my throat. Not sure if it's a cold or if it's allergies. Since I've had it, actually, I've had it since I got my second COVID shot. So yes, yeah, what Shu said. But no, most of you guys know it's been a rough couple of weeks. I'm not on top of being sick. I had epidural shots in my back yesterday. 2 weeks ago today, when I should have streamed, is when we had to put Charlie down, one of the greatest dogs I've ever known. And he knew it was time. He basically told us it was time. The vet told us he would not have made it to the. We had gotten a appointment for him, but the appointment 2 weeks ago was somebody else canceled, and so they called us and said, "Can you do it?" And when we talked to the vet, she said that Charlie would not have made it to the appointment. He would have died a very horrible death before that. Hey, Kenny. Let's see. So actually, let me make sure. Hey, Eric's here, Shu's here, Donnie's here, screaming for Enterprise as usual. GB's here. Kenny just walked in. So glad to see you all, guys. But like I said, it was rough for him. He was an interesting Pomeranian. He started out, he was supposed to be a 6 pound dog. When he hit about 15 pounds, my wife said, "Hey, Captain." My wife said, "What happened, Charlie? You were supposed to be a 6 pound dog." I said, "He ate the 6 pound dog." Eventually, he got up to 25 pounds, and he had dropped back down to 20 pounds by the time we had to put him down. Like I said, great dog, but that's not what we're here for tonight. We're here to work on the X-Wing. The X-Wing is getting very close. If I was fully healthy, we would probably go full 2 hours. I'm thinking I'm going to go an hour, maybe an hour and a half max tonight, which means probably won't get all the way done with it. There's a lot of very small issues that are coming up. Like this one here, I expect this probably will take about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And this is issue 88, the one we're starting on. And some of them, because I've got the aftermarket parts from Falcon 3D, I won't even use part of the parts because they don't have anywhere to plug into. So let me switch over to this one. And my cameras were all being funky today earlier. I appreciate that, Donnie. Thank you very much. Fortunately for us, we still have 4 dogs in the house. So Goofy, the Goof crew is hanging out by the X-wing, taking a look, doing what they can with it. Most everything that I'll be, or the first issue at least, will be working on the belly of the beast. And actually, I should probably take this screw out because I was just checking to see how well it would fit on the stand, or the wall stand, actually, not a regular stand. It's just I believe this is almost like a normal tripod screw. No, it's too big for that, but it's the screw screws into plastic. Actually, yeah, I think it's only plastic in there, and I'm not really pleased about that, but not much I can do. Let me drag this screen over the other screen so I can see the chat while I'm facing over here. It does, and should have done it before. I will have to take some parts off, like the first parts I put on tonight, I will have to take back off because I haven't done anything with this. The board runs on 5 volts. The aftermarket board runs on 5 volts. The whole, or actually 6 volts. The whole setup runs on 6 volts. So I may try and figure out some way to jumper it into here. If not, I'll set up something. Not sure how much of the original electrics, well, no, change that. I have to use part of them because otherwise I can't ever use the motors, even though they are screwy. So let me open some parts and we'll start working on the ship. So in issue 88. No, I got it out. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. No wonder I can't see it. It's right in front of me. In issue 88, we have the battery box cover, the cover that holds the plug and the switch, and then part of the cargo bay cover. First thing I'm going to do is get out these 2 0.8 screws. And the batteries that are in this box here are the ones that wore out when I left the switch on. I just haven't gotten rid of them yet. Oh, and Kenny, you will be pleased to know that after I bought some more stuff for the shop, bought some more storage. Actually, I'm going to set this puppy up on end like that. Let me see. Let me try that. I'm trying to point one of the other cameras over so that I can work on it at the same time that you guys can see it. And of course, it's upside down. That's probably about the best I'm going to get it. I'm not going to be able to get much closer than that. So the first thing that goes in here is, like I said, it's the battery box cover. It just slides in here like this. Like many battery box covers these days, instead of having a little arm, springy arm, this one closes with a screw. I just realized I left the chat on the other screen, so if you guys are talking, I don't know. So let me pull this over. Dolls? Those aren't dolls. It's Goofy. It's my mascots. Absolutely, Kenny. It's my mascots. As a matter of fact, looking at the corner of the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you see more mascots. Okay, so that goes in there. And I actually flipped over one page too far. Next part that goes on is this part here. And this closes up the belly around the mounting point for the stand. Let's see. I should be able to slide this out. What I will probably do at a later date when I finally figure out how I'm going to do power on here is I will probably drill a hole through here and just run this out and hook it up to some Arduino wiring. So this has to push in here, and I'm about to put it in the wrong way. It's got the hole for the power jack has got to match up with this hole. Hey, Spence. You can kick and scream all you want. Infantry is always ready. You lose, Eric. You lose. So hope I can keep my fat head out of the way so you guys can see. It says to push this in here. Okay. It is a very snug fit. And I don't know if you can see it, but it is pushed in right here now so that the power plug will plug into there. Wow, that's quite a bit of a delay. Who's a hippie? They're on the other bench. They're over here where I'm normally work. I'm on the bench on the other side. They were there earlier. So this is the, by the way, if anybody, I'm responding to Shu that he said doesn't see any HLI boards on the bench. They're there. They're running. See if I can actually get that in there. And I have actually seen somebody posted on one of the Facebook forums about they broke the switch. The wires came off. So now the switch is here. Let me make sure. Maybe it's here. It's down, but I don't know if I can actually turn it off and on. Okay, yeah, it turns off and on. Put this wire over here. Feed these wires down into the ship. And I have heard a lot of people have complained about the way the skin parts go on because they don't stay very well. Because it is literally just pins. Okay, that went in. There's pins that go into holes in the metal frame. That's better. Maybe. No, it keeps popping out. Goofy down. I expect Eric to be laughing now. Yep, there it is. I bring Goofy over. Goofy lives on this bench. Okay. That is a tight fit. There's the other one that's blocking it. I guarantee these are not going to last if I have to peel this apart more than once or twice. but it's in there. You guys are having a blast with Goofy going down. Okay, so the next part is this part here. I think I can lay it down to do this one, but I do need to make sure I do one thing here because brought this Goofy over, but he's, and I'm showing the wrong camera. Brought this Goofy over, but he's ceramic, and I really, really don't want to break him. So I'm going to put him back over here where he usually lives. I have about 6 Goofies and a pug in the shop. So this part here, let me see. Looks like it goes all the way back here. Okay, so it's going to line up with these 6 lugs or holes. And there's lugs on the side or on the bottom of it. Oh, damn it. You're right. I didn't do the Goofy hat. How 90s? Actually, that ceramic Goofy is not a 90s thing. That thing is brand new. Within the last couple of years. You're right, Shu. I forgot the Goofy hat, but it's partially because I'm a little bit out of it. Damn it. That's interesting. I wonder if it's the back way, the wrong way. Because when the center one fits, the other two don't. I had it backwards. Take a look. Let's see. So yeah, that's the battery door, and that is the cargo bay, I think, door I just put on. Now these 2 parts, the last 2 parts that are left, I don't know that I'll be able to fit both of them in there. Oh, it's actually 3 parts. I see. So I've got the come on. If I do it this way. So you've got the controller, the side stick or whatever, center stick actually, and the column that it goes on right here. Hole in the bottom of the column, or on the bottom of the control stick that this fits into. Not sure if it's the longer side or the shorter side. Looks like it's the shorter side. They're calling it the joystick. But that is not sticking at all. The other side is too long, so I know where the glue is. I know where the plastic is. And there's the pin vise. You know, a smart person would do what I've done multiple times before and pop out the chat so I can see it over on this side. A real live stream. Yes, it's a real live stream. You know, Kenny, it's funny because right now it's 50 degrees outside here. And tomorrow through Thursday, we're supposed to have a huge snowstorm. Hey, Dan. Hey, by the way, hey, Chris. So, like I was doing, throw a drop of glue on here. Put it on here. And I'm going to glue the stick in as well when I put it into the floor. Whoops. That was bright. Definitely going to glue this stick into the floor because I just put glue on the wrong side. And I'm actually gluing this stick to myself. Give me just a second. Grab something here. So that we can do this and make this officially a stream. So I hope you're okay now, Eric, since suddenly the goofy hat is there. And back over here. We pull the chat back up on top. Tomorrow through Thursday, 50 degrees there. That's funny, Kenny. Well, see, and that's what's funny, Dan, is because where I live in O'Fallon, we're in the lee of St. Louis because every time we get major storms, I've actually had tornado systems pass to the north and the south of me, and we almost had clear skies because of the heat center of St. Louis. Prevailing winds take everything to the north and south of us when we actually get anything. Okay, so interesting. I'm just looking. Port side of the cockpit. What I'm finding interesting is apparently this piece here is supposed to have a camera on the end of it. And it's supposed to go down here into the, add a little bit of light because black on black is difficult to see into. A little bit of help. It's supposed to go into the cockpit here on the side of this back here. But since I have an aftermarket part, and I'm not sure where the screen is, there is the screen or the targeting computer that belongs to this. Should be in somewhere in the bag of tricks, or I think I actually decided that I didn't like the way it looked and I took it out. So now let me put the I keep wanting to call it a side stick because that's what it is on the F-16, is it's a side stick. But this is a center joystick. And I'm gluing it in. I may regret that. Let's see, let me catch up with the chat. Fighting with chains on the tractor chains and weights. I believe it, Dan. And no, Chris, I'm not in East St. Louis. East St. Louis is a very dangerous town. I wouldn't live there. I am east of East St. Louis. I'm in O'Fallon. which is it's not even a city, it's a township. We're about coming down the freeway, we're about 40 miles away from 40 or not 40 miles, about 45 minutes away from St. Louis. 20 to 25, 45 minutes from the airport. Don't get into St. Louis very much. Okay, so that was everything in issue 88. Here's issue 89, which is the cargo bay and more stuff for the cockpit. And that's what I was talking about, is that as I was looking at this stuff tonight, all of these, or for the most part, most of these, if not all of these, are already here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. So there's cables and such that are on either side of the cockpit. That's what those are right there. The aftermarket kit I got from Falcon 3D, Gus molds those already into the resin part of the cockpit, so these I don't need. So the only thing I have to do on stage 89 is to plug these parts, these side panels, to the cargo bay. So let me turn the ship around again, not kill anybody. Thanks, 300. I'm glad to be back. It's one of these things of had to take some time off because of Charlie, had to take some time off because I've been sick. But it's really good to be back. And so these go on here. There looks like this is a screw hole. It may or may not eventually have a screw go into it. There's 2 pins right here, 3 pins here. All of it slides down. There's several spots that it will line up to, I hope. So I see these square cutouts for the pins. For the longer pins, not sure yet. I believe they're gonna catch on the inside of this brace, and then this one here is going to catch on the inside of that brace. Let's see what we can do here. Wow, that was easy. I expected some trouble. This one's going to be trouble, though. Right now, I might eventually just end up shoving this down inside the hull, or the skin of the ship, so that I don't have to keep moving it. But for right now, I'm just feeding up to the top. Let's see if this one is going to be as simple as the other one was. Of course not, because I got a wire in there that isn't supposed to be there. Actually, I don't think the wire is the problem. That actually is supposed to feed. It's too wide to go in there. Sorry, guys, talking to myself. So it's not too wide to go in there. Okay. There's actually a slot here on both sides. That actually went together really well. The nose is what I heard is the real bear about putting this together. And those just friction fit in there, and that's all there is to do on stage 89. Trying to figure out where I put the other book. I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Oh, and only Eric knows, and I haven't done a video on it, but my shelf queen that I'm working on, my Lisbon tram, had a major accident. Hang on. Not too bad. Hanging in there, waiting on supplies. Well, I would say aren't we all, but I've got everything I need right now. You know, Dan, I was stalled for a long time on some stuff, and the Lisbon tram I was stalled forever on. And then I finally pulled it out and looked at it because I was upset with one part, the way it was going. And then I looked at it and I was like, you know, that's not that bad. I was being really picky. And of course, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I sat it on the bench for soldering upside down, and it fell off and broke. So let me see, that goes on here. So here's what I'm gonna do. And it broke, but not too bad. Okay. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna just move this camera back to where it's supposed to be, because that's a little bit funky. This one will be a lot closer than it's normally. You know what? I figured out why. Oh, come on. Figured out why the board has always been so overblown lately. That's better. I brought the camera back down about 6 inches beyond what it's been here lately, and that worked really well. Because now you can actually see the lights. You see the flasher, the FX01 flasher board, HLI FX01, and then the HLI FX02 for the Klingon bird of prey. There's the disruptors, photon torpedo. Great board. I'm really impressed, and it's been unplugged a little bit here lately, but still we're looking at what is it, January? So we're looking at about 8 months that the FX01 has been running, and about 5 or 6 that the FX02 has been running. I'm sitting here looking over here trying to find the chat, and it went behind the window because I clicked on it to switch. Eric can fix anything, but I'm not going to let him. I came really close to tossing the Lisbon tram. I can replace it for like $120 including shipping, but I have the diorama for it as well, so I'm going to finish it. White glue and cheesecloth. I'm intrigued. What, did I say something about January? Might have. Look who's talking, Weasley. Okay, so this is the outer hull. Acceleration compensator dome. Accelerated compensator top nuts. Hey, top nuts. Sorry. And compensator drum. So the nuts stick through the dome, or Making cargo netting. The Brits hanging all over the armor. Never done it before. Oh. Be interesting to see how it comes out there, Chris. So this sticks through here. I've got to move this camera just a little bit this direction. The red part here sticks through here. Come on, focus. Where is it? There it is. I know it will tend to focus there on the white. So those stick out through the top a little bit. Goes on there like that, and then this will go sits on top of here. Okay, that's what keeps them from popping back down. The dome, okay, it goes down in here. More really cool, pretty details that you'll never see. And then this dome pushes down through here, down into the other part, and locks it in place. Interesting. It's acting almost like there's a keyway. It must be just because it popped in there so solid. Then over here on the other camera, it slides in right behind these, lining up along the central ribs, and the slots in the bulkhead. Okay, so there's slots in the bulkhead here. It should slide in. I think I'm putting it on the wrong way. And this has popped loose. Yeah, it's got to go the other way. Okay, there's the central bulkhead, or central rib here. Somehow it's pretty loose, but apparently that's how it goes. It's not loose, but it just feels really loose. Thank you, Spencer, for killing that bot. I was not paying attention at all to the chat. Oh no, I'm gonna lose subscribers? I think actually most of mine are all real. Hey Chris, while you're at it, post them on not only on Discord, but post them on the community so that we can share it with everybody. So it says the fuselage assembly should look like that. Goofy down. I need to step him back a little bit. And it does look just like that. In case you guys forgot, there's actually landing gear here. When I finish it, until I put it up on the wall, There go half your subs. Cool. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it might be half my subs too. Who knows? Although I am getting some far-reaching when I throw stuff out there. I almost said shit. I was a bad boy. Lost my PG-13 rating. Okay, so the next step is the torpedo bay, and I need to switch back over. That is issue 91, I think. Yeah. Hang on. Hope you guys don't get seasick, because I'm trying to rearrange the camera just a little bit. We've got more skin, starboard guide rails, port guardrails, and or guide rails. 1 and 2 on the sprue. Okay. 3 and 4, 1 and 2. This actually is a nice part. That has magnets on it. It's going to clip on there pretty easily. Oh, one of the guide rails is already loose. Have a good one, Dan. Take care out there when you once you get those chains on and go out in the world. I pretty much do. As soon as anybody. I am. I'm wearing Donald tonight. That's only because I didn't wear Goofy. I have Goofy pants. And I need, there they are. Need the torpedoes. So take the sprue guardrail or guide rails 1 and 2. It should be these two. Let me use the sprue cutter instead. And it was really iffy when I first looked at that, when I was going to use the scalpel, as to where the pins ended and the sprue began. Okay, let's take those off. Trace this way. It says take one off. I took them both off. Could be interesting getting them to go in there. Not really. But I like to panic a little bit every now and then. So let me see. Nope, that's wrong. Try it the other way around. Hang on. Next time I'll pay attention to what the numbers are. Okay, that was, we're trying to work with 2. So on here, you can see those pins. They will drop into the outboard lugs here, and it says to put a drop of glue into each one. Actually, let me double check. I see some glue that still looks, it's liquid enough to use. A little bit of glue in each one. As a matter of fact, funny thing about the Goofy pants, my wife knows that I like Goofy so much that she bought me 2 of the Goofy PJs. And this is going to be the exact same thing. This bottle is really getting worse for the wear, but I've actually used about a third of it since it got to the really wide open top there. Damn it, got some glue on the first rail. I don't think it's going to matter though. This one, go in here just like that. And so got 2 rails, and you can see actually where the glue is a little bit excess there, but it is so small that you, once it dries, you'll not notice it. Do the same thing with 3 and 4. Just looking, 3 should be, well, let's see, 3. It's the outside. Oh, and just to let you guys know, by tomorrow, the hull of my Queen Mary 2 should be going together, which means I'll be then doing a coat of the anti-fouling paint to the base of it, or to the bottom of it, and one last final coat inside for light blocking. 1 coat of white. No, that's something that an adult would do. Double stuff Oreos, that is not a bad thing. Indulge yourself while you can. Glue in each one of these holes now. Get this off the sprue. That's something I always do, and I wonder if anybody else does it actually. When I'm cutting things off the sprue, I always put the flat end against the part. Is that just an idiosyncrasy I have, or is that something that everybody does? I'm pretty sure Eric's going to wake up here in a minute and say, don't use big words like that. And that is all 4 rails in there. Nice little detail parts that we'll actually be able to see because there's magnets. They'll come off really easy. So now take the missiles. And if you look at the way the torpedoes, the way the torpedoes are, this deep gap has to go down towards the bottom, and it's going to point forward, and that's the way where, and maybe I'm putting it in backwards. Yeah, I was putting it in backwards. This actually sits down. Really, there's those 2 lugs. There's actually a little socket in each one of these, and it fits down in there pretty well. Here's the interesting thing, though. I think I'm trying to put it in backwards. I had it in right the first time. So there's 4 pins on the assembly with the torpedoes, four lugs to hold them, and then the two screw holes in the center. But for some reason, it's okay. I was going to say it doesn't want to go in there easily. This side didn't want to go in very well. So now I take two of these screws. You know, the sad part is, guys, I'm not awake. I use a cross tip, or yeah, not a cross tip, but a flathead to put in a cross stitch screw. It was working. I'm putting everybody to sleep. I'm sorry, guys. Would help if I would stay in screen, I think. Take the two side rails, which fit the port and starboard sides. That's a good thing. Fit the three locating pins in the port side or starboard rail into the mounting holes. Okay. The only question is, they're identical. Or are they identical? Because if they are, then it doesn't really matter. But the mounting holes, pins will go into the mounting holes, and there's a circular or semicircular cutout on each side where the magnets are. These are actually pretty snug. This end one is not going down with the crap. The other two are, so let me see. Let me see if I can pop that back out without breaking everything. That does not look like it's going to want to come out. Let me see if it'll fit on this side. Now that pin is just a little bit. Oops. Dropping pieces again. That pin doesn't quite want to fit. And I think it's because it's got paint on it. I think Eric spent all his money today. I know he went and bought quite a bit in supplies. That just sounds really weird, Kenny. Heading to your son's room to grab a devil dog and his dog isn't there yet. I'm a little bit concerned. You know what? That's how you tell which side it goes on. It sticks out too far if it's on the wrong side. Let's see, did that? Yep, that was it. That little bit of paint that was on that pin was causing all the problems. So if you see, it actually went down pretty flush on all three pins after I sanded that one down. Payday. Oh, okay. I did not know what devil dogs were. All right. Talk to you later, Donnie. Well, you know, funny that you should mention the Enterprise because I actually did finally get the first parts since like October for the Enterprise. But right now, I'm on a mission to finish the ones that are closest. That one's got the same problem the other side did, damn it. So now carefully pry these back out without breaking them. See you, Donnie. Now, right now, guys, my plan is I'm going to finish the X-Wing, and then I'm going to finish the Terminator, because both of them are very close to being done. After that, I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to the Ghostbuster, the Enterprise, Iron Man, or, well, I'm not going to start the London bus until I have all the stages for it. I decided that when I got it, I wanted to do that as a single string of videos. Come on, get back in there. This is where you want to start pounding on things. Yes, finish. I've actually finished. Let me think. No, the only thing I finished so far this year was actually last year. It was the speed build. But then I started the working on the Lisbon tram, and I'm also working on the Queen Mary 2. So I will finish a couple of things this year. Fitting the pilot seat. Where is the pilot seat? I don't think the pilot seat came in this issue. I think the pilot seat is sitting in one of my bins. So 2 XWO2 screws, 3 it looks like. So let me look. There's the pilot seat. So here's the pilot seat. So I'm going to have to switch cameras again. The reason it's taking a little bit longer is because I'm actually having to have it shut the video completely off when I switch. Almost killed another goofy when I switch screens or switch cameras, because if I don't, it refuses to work. The second one that I bring up. So you can see there's two lugs there with screw holes, two holes down here in the bottom. Never noticed there was a hole there before. Just double check. Okay, that hole here is probably for if you spent the extra $140 and got the ground crew and everything. Instead, I spent $12 and got Luke. Just Luke. So let me get these two screws over here. Right now I'm turned away from the chat. So bear with me, guys. And there's underbody here. I'll show it to you as soon as once I get the screws in. The underbody here has two holes for the screws. I'm still contemplating if I am going to have to cut Luke's legs off. So those two screws between my fingers and my thumb are what is now holding the seat in. And then this should fit in here. But the magnets that are supposed to hold it in are not yet there. This part needs to slide a little bit. Okay, I see what's the problem. There's a spot there. So there's a lip on the part that I put on earlier. That's supposed to slide down. So this isn't supposed to go on here yet, but I did it anyway. So earlier, when I put these parts on, there's a lip here that this part holds down, that I just, that's just loosely on there. Actually, that firmed it up quite a bit when I put the torpedo bay in. And it is actually pretty solid on there without the magnets. Yeah, it's not supposed to go on yet, but I didn't care. So let's switch back over here for the next issue. While I'm thinking about it, let me look at the chat. Wait, shoe left too? Where's my mouse? Time to work. Okay. See a shoe. Don't know about this work thing. Caused everyone to gain weight and get diabetes. Actually, Chris, you didn't, because not at least me, because I haven't lost a whole lot of weight, but I managed to lose a little bit again. Dropped another couple pounds. It'll come back. Hey, Kaylin, how's it going? know if I make him 2 feet too short. Well, see, the thing is, it's actually an action figure from the 70s. So below the knees, these should probably pull out really easily. If I ever have to take him out, I can. Kalen, I'm with you, son. A little bit of Captain Morgan's. Eric's asleep. I'm okay if people abandon me. I would actually, Kenny. Wow, I was up to 15 people for about a minute, but I'm back down to a steady 8, which is fine for me. Cracking, cool. So, what are you ordering for us, Kit, Eric? Since you're asleep now. I can always use stuff. If Eric's buying, I will. I can always use stuff. So let's take a look. This is the port. This is the starboard. You can see on here, this part's going to go on first because it's going to be held in place a little bit by this part. And I can see part of the problem is going to be that these parts don't actually line up with each other really, really well. But we'll see what we can do. My wife has banned you from buying anything till next month. That sucks. Yeah, that is true. Today is next month. So let me move the chat over here because I'm going to switch cameras again. Actually, before I move the chat, let me switch cameras. That way I can still see the chat when I move it. Okay. So these parts go on to the nose. Every time I set this down, I'm really scared I'm going to break one of those engines. Pardon me, Goofy. You need to move back just a hair. So it should be, and I'm exactly backwards from the picture. Yes. Eric will always buy us glue that and he'll buy us a lot of things we don't need. No, see, that's the thing, Kaylin. If March is your birthday month, you buy all the stuff you want to in February. Then she's got to figure out what to get you in March. Okay, so align the port panel, fit into the forward nose cone, fit the pins in, and press flush. Okay, so there's a slot here that this tab lines up with a slot right here. So you push it in there and bring it down to where you can actually line up the pins. And here's the whole problem. We're putting round pegs or square pegs into round holes. I'm going to work on this side first because it's the side I'm on. Maybe I'll be able to see a little bit better. No, maybe not. Okay. But it literally is square holes and round pegs. I'm just looking to see how that went on there. I just pulled the torpedo. Well, it's not supposed to be there yet anyway. I pulled the torpedo bay off. And I can see why this is a pain behind, because when I put this in here, it doesn't quite match up with the nose. One popped in and popped back out. There you go, all the way. It did. And then it says to do the next one. Oops, wrong side. Spit on it, then it will go in. I didn't have to. I had to just give it some brute force. Oh, Eric's giving away stuff? Actually, I have, or had, I don't know if I still have it, a Space Battleship Yamato. The one that was supposed to be a snap type. I don't know. You guys tell me. That looks like it's on to me. I think it is. A little bit difficult, but not that bad. Although up here on the top, I can see through it a little bit. Well, I think that's on. So let me see if I can go 2 for 2. And see again, and you can't see it, but trust me, it doesn't line up really well at first. But once you get the first pin to go, and the first one usually is the one in the back here, or was the one in the back. Sorry, I drifted out of the picture, but it's on. So this one. Oh no. Yep. I got to take these sides, the rear ones back off. I just saw back here, this lip is supposed to fit underneath the lip of the cockpit. So that may make it a little bit more interesting to get it in there. Or it'll just slide in there like it was made to go in there. So let me do the same thing on this side. not quite wanting to go in there correctly. That should do it. Nope, it's too far forward. That should do it right there. I do believe that this is the part that somebody a couple of weeks ago said he was looking forward to see how I was able to get the nose together, because everybody has such a time of it. And it's still popping in a little bit. But I think that's it. I do believe the nose is assembled. So let me put this puppy down and go back to the chat. All right. Spit on it. You get one, you get one. Saw the dark side of the moon while you were under there. Upside down, gonna poke my eye out with a nose. What, like this? Like this, Spence? Is that getting a little bit close? Oh no. Like I said, guys, this is very loosely fit, and that's not. Wow. So it popped out, and it took this part with it. Those pipes were on either side. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to put this back in here. What I'm probably going to do is sometime later on, I'll just take these screws out and glue that. So let me see. It is now 7:18. Tell you what, guys, instead of going further on there, like I said, what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm gonna do it right now, is I'm gonna take this back out. And I'm gonna glue those pieces in so that it doesn't keep falling apart like it just did. You guys should recognize this part from a couple weeks ago. And I'm moving screens around. Will not break, will not break. It broke, it didn't break. No, it didn't break up. It just popped this part out. And it's pretty flimsy. What's funny is it's actually friction fit here. I believe the other end was friction fit as well. No, it's not friction fit. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. There it is. I was about to ask you guys if you knew where my pin vise was. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in each one of those holes so that doesn't come apart again. And then these pins I'm going to glue as well. The screws right now are wanting to stay, but I'd rather take them out so I don't lose them. So let me slide these down here. That's one side. Get this last one in there. That's the other side. Now remember, this was actually together. And I've slid these things all the way through. And you can see pins. There, you can see the pins that are holding sidewall here. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue on each one of them. You're not going to see it because that's glued up against, or that's soldered against the bulkhead. So now I can flip this back over to here, slide it back in where it belongs, get the screws and put it back in where, and put it back in so it'll stay for good. And that way, that part won't tear it apart again. This part here. And I will tell you, like I said, I'm going to put the landing gear on it initially until I can hang it on the wall, because this thing is just so huge. It takes so much room. Let me turn this so I can actually see it. Just like my A380, I'm not sure where it's going to eventually end up. Okay, put that back on. That's a little bit better fit because it is now not messing with something that's loose. It's actually not too bad of a system. It pops over the lip of that. So let me just take a look. What time is it? 7:30. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream for right now. I might get on Thursday, but my plan is to do exactly. Wasn't this the car from Smoke in the Bandit? No, I don't think so. Okay. So this time I have my hat. Wait. Spinning and spinning. Let's see, how far behind is this thing right now? Wow. Stream health. Stream is healthy. It is well behind. And I was on Top Chat, not Live Chat. Okay. Man, this thing is way behind. Let's see. So hang on, let's see. Gonna poke my eye out with that thing. Broke, breaking everything this week. Which Star Lactica Battle Trek movie is this from? Again, all of them actually. Don't remember seeing these in sync. The Bismarck, it was there. Buck Rogers wasn't the car from Smokey and the Bandit. It's only 5:30. It's seven or it's yeah, it's 7:30 here, and I've actually been in bed by 8 o'clock. Not asleep, but in bed by 8 o'clock for the last several days because of being sick. Dinner, 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 Batman, Batman law. So, yeah, I just read through all the chat, and I don't think my streams are going to crap out. Hopefully not. I'm watching the stream to see how far off I am, and usually I've got a latency of about 7 seconds. It's the Russians. Yes, it's the Russians. But no, it looks like the latency is huge right now. I'm looking over, when I'm looking on what you guys are seeing, I'm looking over at the monitor over here. Actually, there's the problem. I'm off a little bit, and the camera's a little bit flaky because I've got it sitting on top of a screen. Don't let Kenny touch it, and you'll be fine. Yeah, that's my problem. I've got my camera pointing a little bit far. There, that's better. It's the Russians. Don't let Kenny touch it, and you'll be fine. Only one bot, and I feel cheated. It's only on my end. So, wow, that's interesting. My Google speaker says it's 7:16. My computer says it's 7:28. Where's my phone? Wonder what my phone says. I can't find my phone. Oh wow. Yeah, and Kaylin, that's the thing is, um, it's really easy to assign moderators, and Kenny and Spence are pretty good. What you need to do if you assign moderators to kill your bots is you need to have somebody who's on there all the time. So, like your coffee with Kaylin, I wouldn't be good because I'm usually working at that time. It is. It's the Russians. The Russian. Oh, you're saying what you're saying, Kenny, is the Russians are screwing up my clocks? Now that's interesting. It didn't do that last time, but as soon as I brought up as soon as I brought the chat back up or opened my phone, it popped back up on my speaker. What I need to do is figure out how to, or the speaker won't do it. I need to figure out how to get my 8-inch tablet to do just the chat. 7:29, 7:30. So I'm gonna call it a stream, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna probably be in bed watching something on TV in the next 10 to 15 minutes because I'm still fighting some bug. I know it's not COVID, or well, I know it's not COVID because I can still taste. And this tastes good. So I can't be a moderator because you'd have to kick yourself off. Great stream. Thanks, Kenny. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll be on Discord on the phone. And, that's all I'm going to do for tonight. It was only 4. I probably could have gotten to 6 to where there's only 6 left, but it looks like a bunch more panels. So I may stream Thursday. Depends on how I feel. But I definitely will stream next Tuesday. I'm going to try and get this thing done by next Tuesday so that a week from Tuesday we can start doing something new. maybe not, well, not new, but we can go back to the Terminator, and then after that, we'll go to the Enterprise for a couple of weeks until I run out of parts. So I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy content like this, if you're not a member of HobbyLink International and you enjoy content like this, come over to the site. It's a group of builders. I think that we're up to like 300 or so members. We were at 750 one time before the site crashed, and it's just a great bunch of guys. Really good place to hang out. Really good place to see models, see how people are doing things, get tips on how to do things. And I have yet to meet somebody there that's any really at all an ass hat. Maybe a goofy hat, but not an ass hat. So, and like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. You don't have to, but it's kind of fun to watch my numbers go up. And I will talk to you all later. Have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. If you're in the path of the storm that's coming through, hunker down, take care of yourselves. Make sure you've got plenty of supplies for the next several days so that you don't have to go out and play in this mess. And I will talk to you next Tuesday, if not sooner, probably on Sunday on the live stream. Have a good one.